whatever data is built, we have to left join with that data to a task object. We have to get a task object there. In task object, we'll again left join, and the condition is the individual ID would be equal to name ID. Name ID, we understood that name ID represents the data who has a call log on that particular contact. So we see that this ID is a name ID where we have logged a call. So we will join it with name ID and click on add and click on apply. But here we will add one more filter criteria where subject is equal to call. Where subject is equal to call, it will automatically give all those values it can identify in a subject. So for identifying a call log event, we want subject is equal to call. So once we have joined all this data, we will have attributes coming from individual object as well. We will have attributes coming from email engagement as well. We will have attributes coming from task home as well. There can be hundreds of attributes which can come, but we want only few attributes to analyze data. So what we will do, we will click on transform, and we have to go and drop some columns. What I would prefer is click on keep option and keep only those columns which are required. Individual ID, first name, I don't want this, don't want this. Last name I want, party I don't want, person name I don't want, situation, city, country I don't want, data source I don't want, email engagement ID I don't want, from name. These all details I would be removing. Email engagement date and time I want. Test, all these details which I don't want, I will be removing from this data transform DMO, which we are going to get as an output. So call duration we want, completed date we want, created we don't want, task home, created date we don't want, data source deleted, all these things we won't want. So remove all those data which you don't want. Subject we definitely want. All these things we don't want. One more thing we can want is the channel action. So now what we have done is we have actually got all those records which we want. First name, last name, individual, subject is a call. This will give you detailed data. Many individuals are there who don't have a call log. This is a sample output which you get. This is the sample output which you get. Okay, with all these records. Once you have all these data built using a data transform, what you do is you create an output DMO. That output DMO would save that data. So what we have is in, or you can say contact engagement DMO is the name we want to give. Don't keep it as a profile, because if you keep any data as a profile, okay, that means that data should be unified, and Salesforce charges on unified profiles. Often you will work with Salesforce clients where they have a question that my Salesforce data cloud bill has shooted up a lot. So there are certain parameters on which Salesforce charges bill from their customer. The first, and most important characteristic of their billing is they charge on profile DMOs. The more profile DMOs you have, the more unified individuals you will get. Okay, the more unified individuals you get, the more billing you have to pay. So you have to be very careful about the category of DMO. Profile DMOs are chargeable, so that you have to keep in your mind. And you might get a task as an architect that, okay, analyze my data cloud and let me know how I can reduce the cost. Okay, then the first thing you have to see is to look how many profile DMOs are there, and then how many unified profiles it is generating. If any DMO is marked as profile, which should be an engagement or other type, you have to go and level down its category. So now once we have done this, we have to select primary key and foreign key, but we only have a primary key option, and foreign key option we can keep it as individual ID itself. So it won't allow. So what we have to do, we have to bring one foreign key data as well from the data transform, which can be email address, or we can bring name ID as well, which is a which can act as a foreign key. So then we will go to transform. Sorry. Then we will go to output. We'll go to output, create a new DMO, which is contact engagement DMO. The category should be other. Individual ID can be a primary key, name ID can be a foreign key. And these all details only we want to have inside our DMO. And we'll click on apply option. Once you click on apply, click on save. So this is the contact engagement data transform we have built, where we are doing some custom data transforms. So once we do this, what will happen is it will start to process our data. The data is processing. Once the data is processed, you have to run this DMO by clicking on run now. Now it will not run because it is in processing state. But once you run this DMO, it will publish the data to that particular data model object. So this is the one way where we have built a detailed data. But this still has not given, how many people have not engaged, that final output. But this is the way we can build a detailed data on which we can run queries and calculate it.